I'm intrigued though by you're having what seems to be an existential crisis in your life.
Yeah. It just lack of. I'm just I'm in weird shape right now. It's the Christmas thing. It's the whole creativity thing. Burnout. But it's just figuring all that shit
and
out.
So, I've been through this in my personal life so many times in my career in YouTube, but I'm fascinated by it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a self-feeding cycle in a sense. Are you getting negative comments from your fans? Is that feeding it, or are they supportive?
Lately they've been extremely supportive. Mm-hmm. Very thankful for that, and they've been giving me some pretty solid constructive criticism in the past, just because my videos have just been very stagnant in quantity or quality, I should say.
Is that part of the issue for you?
That is the issue for me. Yeah, okay. It's just like, how do I get out of this rut? Because all my videos are like a month ago, all my videos were the same, and I hated where I was at. So it's like, how do I get out of there? So I'm trying new stuff and getting back in the groove slowly, but it's not perfect. I'm fighting it. What do you do when you're in a rut?
When I'm in a rut?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I am in a rut and I don't know what to do.
Oh, for real?
No, I'm not really.
I was like, what's the opposite of a rut?
Yeah. What is the opposite of a rut?
A roll.
A roll? No, dude, I'm in a roll.
Yeah.
In a roll.
I'm in a roll down the hill. Someone help.
I'm rolling down a hill.
I'm on fire.
You're never in a fucking
towards
rut.
a rut.
Well, you don't post enough to be in a rut.
No, that's true. I definitely don't post enough.
I guess that would help.
True.
I guess that would help.
But why don't you're not going to post more? That will not happen, will it?
Oh, please don't.
I think it might.
Please.
I mean, you know what would help that along is if I had like a studio. Because right now I film everything in my room.
Right.
But if I had like a dedicated space I could go to and film things in, I just like overthink shit before I start filming it. Which
would that give like a place? Would that give you incentive?
Yeah.
To like get out of bed and go to work.
It's so weird to like, because I wake up and then that's where I'm going all day. I just point. It's just my chair.
That's your recreation.
Right.
It's your work. It's your personal life.
This isn't my bed anymore. This is my tripod.
Yeah.
That used to be our apartment in New York, and it was really rough. Like, it's your living room, your bedroom, your workroom, your everything.
It's nice to
one
get
tiny
the fuck
square.
out of there. Something.
Yeah. But you got AC in there, I believe.
I do. Finally got AC.
That's awesome.
But
I'm never gonna use it.
Too expensive or what?
No, I just like being sweady. Sometimes it's part of my character.
I just wanted to have it.
It is your brand.
I'll use it when I'm editing.
Yeah.
But I will say, Jack, the Will Smith vid you made was fantastic.
Thank you very much.
The comments were great. Everyone was very happy. That must have made you feel jolly.
It absolutely. That put me in the Christmas spirit right away. That certainly helped. No, that was great. Like seeing the feedback. Like so many comments were like, "The old Jack is back," and that's to me that's the highest praise because that's where I'm trying to get back to.
Sometimes I wonder if that's like because I've been there. People have been telling me they miss the old Ethan forever, but it's kind of like chasing the dragon.
It's so hard to hear that. I hate hearing that, even when it's in a good way. Because
they mean the best, but it can sting.
It's a double-edged compliment. Right. You don't want to. You need to. It's hard not to look back, but you kind of have to not.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I think it's A and B because, well, first off, senses of humor do evolve over time, and shit I found funny 5 years ago, even 2 years ago, I don't find funny now, or I find it funny in a different way. I do feel like sometimes I got to go back in the archives and figure out what was I doing back then that I just wouldn't even think of. Sometimes it's like that's where you get inspiration.
Well, you know what it was?
Yeah,
I find when I look back at my old videos, it's not so much that like I was doing something. It's really about the state of mind.
Yeah.
Because you're in a healthy place in your mind, you doubt yourself less, you question yourself less, and I find that when I'm in a better headspace, I'm always making better stuff. So I found that it's very much about how I'm feeling rather than something specifically I'm doing. You kind of like just fearlessly just like making shit and moving on.
Yeah. I like that. I just get in these, like, that's a good way to put it. Because I pace around the house, like, all day. It's sad, really.
Are you just trying to think of ideas?
Yeah, and I'm talking to myself, fleshing out ideas and jokes. Is this funny? Will this work? Being in the right state of mind, I think, would work wonders.
Are you in therapy?
I am not in therapy, personally. But
For me, it's been huge.
Yeah.
Because I've been in a rut. And I always thought of therapy as some, like, I was like, ooh, fucking smell your own asshole while you're out at therapy. But I swear to God, it's helped me a lot. And I think it actually helped me get out of my rut because there's so much other shit going on. It's really so hard to step out of yourself and see what's the actual problem. So a lot of the times the real problem is not something that you are addressing or even aware of. And that honestly has been really valuable to me.
How, once a week, twice a week?
Yeah, I go once a week. He tells me I need to come twice a week, but
But it's expensive.
he's like, you really ought to come twice a week, dude. You're fucked up. Do you do therapy, Eric?
No, but I have.
You have.
It's great.
You're cured.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, it's like pausing your Netflix subscription. There's just nothing on right now that it needs my attention.
Yeah, I got you.
Beautiful metaphor.
But there shouldn't be a stigma about therapy, even though that people like to put one there just because it's like, well, I'm not going to one, so I must be good. And then a week later, like their grandma dies, and it's like, you might want to unravel that piece of yarn right there.
Yeah. Are you? Why? Is there a reason you haven't considered therapy, or you just felt like you haven't needed it? Or you never?
I guess the latter. I've just never put much thought into it. It's not that I don't believe in it, because I'm sure it would do me good. It's just one of those. I just haven't pursued it because
That's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing, and I'm not knocking it. I'm sure I could absolutely benefit from it. I don't know. I feel like I gotta figure. I don't know. I say I gotta figure it out, but I know therapy would help me.
Well, the thing is, I was stuck in a rut for so long, and I was like super irritable, and I was super just like I was always trying to get out of it and run, and I was just running like in a hamster wheel. I don't know if this is your situation. I'm just talking
totally
of my own person, but I felt like I was in a hamster wheel for like a whole year, just running. It was getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And so I just had like a breaking point where I started taking medicine and started going to therapy, and I think that was like 3 months ago. But I tell you, life changing.
That's fantastic, man. I guess. I mean, moral of the story is.
When's your therapist coming on the show?
God.
Actually, I think I hear him laughing back.
That's fine. Dan's my therapist.
It's on staff.
Yeah.